Welcome back, and it is still your number one program on High 89.5 FM. I am Us, and we still have in the studio the person of Honorable Muktar Baloni, Executive Chairman, Kaduna North Local Government, Kaduna State. Muktar, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us in the studio. So now we're looking at your plan as a local government chairman, one of the largest local government in Nigeria. First, I want to ask you before we go into that question. Do you sometimes when you think about the population of your local government, do you have that heartache like, how am I supposed to please these people?
No, at all. We are the KD boy now. We never get scared.
Like you rugged down.
Rugged down.
Okay.
I think Kaduna North, we at the last count, the last census estimate, we estimated to have 650,000 people. And comparing that with any place we need to compare.
That's bigger than Bayelsa.
Yeah, it's bigger than Bayelsa. Our own is to do the best we can, yes, and understanding and realizing that the local government is the most important tier of community development. So, really, people always think that Nigeria has a followership problem. I guarantee you, say that it's a leadership problem. Right? Nigeria has a leadership problem, but our leaders always tell us that Nigeria has a followership problem because they don't like to stay, the blame to stay on the table. They don't like to take the blame, but really it's a leadership problem, and that's what we are trying to fix. We just don't want to talk about it, but with due respect to people that talk about it. Everybody has his own calling. There are people that are there to talk about it and draw attention to these very problems that we have, and then there are some people that will hear people talking about it and actually take action. I think I belong to the latter class. I prefer to take action. So, and taking action involves just making life better for the people. Whatever you're going to do, measure it. Ask yourself, is it going to make life better? Like this white abadawa I wear, so will it make life better for my people? If it is not, then it is not something that I should be doing. And there are so many things that we have done and that we plan to do to make life better for the people of Kaduna North Local Government. KASU unfortunately had to increase their school fees because they were not able, or should I say the state government was not able to afford maintaining the schools at that level of quality without increasing the tuition fee. And we understand that, but we as a local government thought, wait, listen, we can actually do something. We did a head count and we found out that out of the 14,000 returning students in KASU as at last year 2021, 4,500 were from Kaduna North. You don't expect us to go into farming. Kaduna North does not do agriculture, but we do tertiary education. We do job creation, we do skill acquisition. So part of our tertiary education thrust has been to itemize some of these kids, find out the ones that are neediest among them, and try to see how we can help them. So we brought out a scholarship scheme, or should I say a grant scheme, where we pay 40,000 naira, that is 40% of their school fees, into their school student account. We don't give them for them to use for other things. No, we actually pay towards their tuition account. So far we have done for a total of 93 tertiary students, and we have just assumed the next phase, and we're getting a lot of applications. So kudos to Kaduna North Youth. People have actually stood up and risen to the occasion. A lot of people are sending in their applications.
So this is more or less like giving a fish to someone who desires to learn how to fish. But let's come down. Do you have other plans aside this generous help you're rendering to?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What other platforms?
What we do is we do short, medium, and long-term type of planning. And in the short term, we give these grants to the people that need it the most. Because, like I said, to be fair to these guys, they came in thinking that KASU was going to cost 28,000 from start to finish. In the middle of schooling, the fees were hiked up due to circumstances beyond everybody's control. So we have to help them. It's a no-brainer. But then going forward, we're teaching people how to fish. We are bringing out so many skill acquisition programs, and also we are opening a job center for our graduates and even people that are looking for non-skilled, non-technical work. We want to open designated centers for people to go and submit their CVs and to actually fill out a form to say these are the kind of jobs that they are interested in. And we're going to partner with the private sector in Kaduna North.
What kind of jobs are you looking at?
Everything from cleaning to top management.
It's going to be like a job search hub.
Yeah, it's going to be a job center, a government-run job center. So we are going to designate some certain existing business centers in our localities, and then for people to take their CVs to, so that they go, they register their CVs. Whenever we get, say, maybe a graduate entry job, we will run a search on that mother system to know how many graduate entry people we have that are interested in graduate entry jobs, and we send them messaging with directions as to how to apply for that job. So you see, we're bringing opportunities. We're teaching them how to fish in the proverbial sense. We're teaching some people IT skills. These are not going to be very, very large in number because IT courses are quite expensive. So, and we just don't want to teach you the basic type of IT. No, we want to go down to the level of programming and actual artificial intelligence and all of that. And we want to give the necessary requirement. From our last count, we think to actually train an IT professional to proficiency level will cost us nothing less than 500,000 naira per person. But tell you what, we are ready to do that. Even if we are able to do 10, it says a lot. Everything that we are doing so as to be able to look back and say how many people's lives have we been able to impact.
Now, in previous times, we have seen administrators coming into power and initiating programs like this.
Oh, yes.
And fortunately, these programs comes in beautifully okay.
Yeah.
Something that should keep going.
Oh, yes.
But unfortunately, we get a time where these administrations leave office and these programs start.
Yeah.
Now, this is a very beautiful program you're bringing up for the youth.
Yeah.
To try and see how you can empower them.
Yeah.
Is there a system in place that will sustain this program?
Well, the beauty of leadership is that everybody brings their own style to the table. For us, we will try as much as possible to institutionalize it, but to be lying, without a lack of a better word, to say that we are going to ensure continuity when we leave office. To ensure continuity is now dependent on that voter that is going to vote on election day. You look at things and you look at who you think will ensure continuity of a program that you're passionate about. There are people that have been voted on account of their good looks. There have been people that have been voted on account of the money they've given. There are people that vote because somebody has good programs that they think they're going to benefit from. And you cannot take that away from the average voter. And that is what sustains the spirit of democracy. People have to choose their leaders, and when choosing those leaders, they use various sentiments as they wish. But we have the opportunity now, at least for the next 3 years, so we're going to make sure that at least we proffer these solutions. But one thing that I'm very particular about, I'm sure about, is as human beings, we always like good things. We don't like better things. But today, you are eating rice with beef. Once they introduce you to, say, chicken or turkey, you eat the beef, not that because you don't want to eat the beef, but you'll always be yearning for the day that you have the opportunity to eat chicken. So now we are attempting to raise the bar of governance. Yeah. And the good thing about it is we know that people will never want to go back to the proverbial dark ages of governance. If we raise the bar, we believe that people will ask for even better from whoever comes after us. So we are doing everything in the belief that it is the people that will actually sustain the level and the quality of programs that we bring in. But like I said, as much as possible, what we're trying to do is we're analyzing the impact. And all that we want to start and finish during a set space of time, during our own tenure. We don't want to do things and leave it for the next administration to come No, we want to do everything and finish during the time that the Constitution has allowed us to. So whoever comes next can now decide to either continue or to change it however they want to change it. And that's basically the beauty of democracy. So people might say what we are bringing to the table is not what they appreciate, and they might decide to vote us out. And that's also fine. It's not a good or a bad thing. People like what they like. And for us, we'll just try to do as much as we can in the hope that enough people will get to appreciate it so that we'll have the opportunity to build on what we are doing.
Great. So, Honorable, as a public office holder, I mean, you have been a vice chairman, an acting chairman, and now an executive chairman. As a person, what has been your challenges?
The challenge is when you enter, I do have money. I really, it makes somebody like me coming from the private sector, of course, hustling, getting my money here and there. It has made me poorer personally, and I think that's the only bad side to the job. The other things are all good things. It makes you become more.
Does that make you regret anything?
No regrets whatsoever. Everything that I've done in my life and that has happened to me, good and bad, I believe has prepared me for this office of the public service. Not as chairman or vice chairman, just in the public service, in whatever capacity. I believe that I'm one of the fortunate people to do what I actually love and to do what I think is my purpose in life. So that's why I said it doesn't really feel like work to me. Whatever stress I get from doing this job is what I consider good stress. I always remind myself whenever I feel stressed out and discouraged that this is what I've worked and prayed for. You know, I'm actually living my own dream of a fulfilled life. I know some other people want to have a lot of money, and that is good, that is not a bad thing. But for me, this is what I've always wanted to do, and this is what I'm doing, and I will not do anything rather than just thank God and double down on what I'm doing. So there's no downside to it aside from the fact that I'm not able to afford those things I used to afford before. But like I said, money will be everything. But by and large, I'm happy, I thank God, and I will not change this or trade this job for any job.
Okay, now that actually takes down that next question aside. Now, Honorable, let's come down to our present era with development and technology.
Yeah.
How much do you think technology has affected the systems of business and administration in our present generation?
My brother, it has done everything. Technology is everything, right? And we millennials that were able to witness the morphing and the change of technology over time, from the days of MSN to the days of Yahoo Messenger to the days of High Five, then Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all of that, will tell you that technology has basically altered even how we interact, even how we live. Now people are trying to keep up with each other. People are in a healthy challenge and race with each other. Before, everybody just used to be happy. You will get 2K, you will get 20K. Everybody did their name. But now there's like a universally accepted standard that everybody is trying to get to. Every guy won't drive Benz. Every guy won't need a SIM to be if you enter plane. Every guy is going to get that. Everybody they run in race at the end of the day. But that is the bad side of technology. But the good side is now we're able to get information at the click of our fingers. This program that has been recorded, only God knows who or where that person is going to listen and watch it.
We have a very wide reach too, as far as US.
Exactly. So that's the whole point. I remember when I used to school in the UK, I had the hustle in school at the same time. But I'm on an international calling card. They buy card, they call your guys to know it's in the app.
Yeah, but today,
now,
WhatsApp is there.
WhatsApp is there. Like,
WhatsApp.
if things have gotten a lot better. You disappear out of the cook up on top YouTube. But before YouTube was just basically a white man's world or a Western, but now we have a lot of local content every day being uploaded on
and
YouTube.
Really selling well.
Yeah, exactly. People are monetizing these things. The cryptocurrency world, even though it is illegal in Nigeria, but a lot of people have making a living out of it. And I hope that the authorities will one day see reason to actually look back and regulate it the way it should be, not to outrightly ban it.
It's
not a bad
still
thing
for people.
Like everything, motor they keep person, but motor they carry person go market, go church, go mosque at the same time. So that's the good thing about technology. It has two faces, and the quicker our leaders are able to realize that, the better it is. Unfortunately, we were on Twitter blackout as a country for the past, I think, 8 months, up until the day before yesterday. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. You can always regulate these things without outrightly banning. For me personally,
I think our problem is a lack of system that should checkmate these activities.
Well, I think personally, it's always the lazy solution to ban things. We look at something, we look at the problems and say we ban, right? Any small thing, ban. But really and truly, there are other solutions out there. And you know it's they give me hope for this country. You know they say hope no day. You know it's they give me hope. You say when we grow that time, you remember remedies, plantation boys, they laugh us, then they wear baggy. But all those our mates, they always start to sing. See what they did today. For this world, nobody will touch nobody. Hopefully, by the time we serve, reach that level. This country to better no be big thing. Look, Nigeria's problem, I always tell people, is a leadership problem. If you are lucky, because to get the right leader self, now luck. You know, if you talk, if
the right person there, but I want to reach there.
I want to reach there. And the right person will not reach there, not be the right person.
Not the right person.
It's the right person that can raise funds, that can articulate their ideas, that can connect to the people, get a cult following and get there, and also be able to have the focus and discipline to not change what they went there for. Is the right person. Maybe the right person will just do one side, we say, I go do this one, I go do that one. We give a small estate chairman and go they mess up. Maybe those kind of people. No. We are hoping and we are going to get there, right? But we have to start from something, right? And the more people like myself and other people that have been privileged in life, either through education or economic indices or intellectualism, get into this thing that we call politics, because this is our only tool to get into governance, right? And so long as we're getting more and more people coming up and signing up and trying, some will lose, a lot of us will actually lose, but the few that get to go in, if we are lucky enough to have somebody that has enough grit and personality and focus, we'll get there. This country no hard now. Waiting they said, all na lie. I'm telling you, as chairman of the local government, that is one of the biggest local governments in Nigeria, that Nigeria's problems are not unsolvable. And anybody that tells us that it is unsolvable, that person is either being deceitful or is just after what he's going to get. And that is the truth.
All right, so Honorable, we're still looking into technology.
Yeah.
So how do you fuse technology and the development, the present era we are right now, to your own administration for the youth? What plan do you have? Do you have any programs that goes in line with empowering youth through technology and all that?
Yeah, like I said, all the programs that I marked are all technology based. We're going to depend on a lot of technology to get these things across. Like the job center is going to be definitely a program of computing to get these things, to get their CVs and match their CVs with available vacancies. So it has a lot to do with technology. Secondly, the IT program that we talked about has a lot to do with technology. And a lot of what we do depends on gathering data. We try to make informed decisions. We just don't make these decisions from an idealistic point of view. We actually gather data and look to see what our people say they want. We give them what they want, and then we look at what will actually propel our people to the next level. All that is done as a result of gathering data and analyzing this data. A lot of what we think is technology is not actually technology. The phones, that is the use case of technology. But technology itself is the ability to gather data, analyze data, and turn it into information. The people that did these phones and all of that, these phones are as a result of research and development, which is the process of gathering and analyzing data.
So do you have any plan on having a center
for a data center? No, we already have a department for that. We have a budgeting and planning department, And at the state level is Planning and Budgeting Commission.
I mean, we did a little study on Kaduna North, and it will interest you to know that we have a lot of youth who are technologically, vibrating to just explore and showcase their talents, the ideas they have in their head. And there is no way, just like you said, there is no way they can actually do this, because sometimes if you are willing, you need some forces to actually push you into doing that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying that government has no business doing business. Leave the business to the business people. What government has business in doing is to enable business people by creating the right environment, bringing the opportunities to everybody's doorstep. That is the job of government, not to do business. They will only do business in exceptional cases. So say for example, this shop right here they build now, there's no investor that is willing to take it on. So government had to do it to showcase the business viability of having shop right in Kaduna. But ideally, government has no business in doing business. All we are going to do is to create an enabling platform to bring people closer. There's one guy that is doing a lot of good work, Chess in Slums, Tunde Onakoya. He has now been able to raise, I think, over $100,000 in 2 days. And technology was what allowed him to do that, because it was him uploading these kids' videos. He goes to slums in Korodu, goes to teach them chess, and he has been able to document these things, put it on his Twitter page, Instagram page, YouTube page, and that's what has gathered the attention of the world, and people are looking. So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to, as a government, to showcase that talent, like you said, the talent that is bubbling under, to showcase it to a potential market out there. And the best way to do that is to first skill them up, right? To make sure they are skilled up to a particular level, and also to bring these opportunities. We want to bring scholarship opportunities, like international scholarship opportunities. We want to always showcase it to our people, show them how to apply and all of that. We want to be able to showcase how to legally migrate economically, not to just Japan because of we want to Japan. No, we want to show you how to legally migrate economically. And if that's what you want to do, sure, by all means, it's not a bad thing. Because if you migrate economically to maybe say Canada, and you are sending hard-earned forex to your people in Kaduna North, it will ultimately impact the economy of Kaduna North. You are a Benin boy, you know what they happen. If you go to Benin, what propels the economy of Benin? Diaspora remittances, right? So that is what we are saying. We want to just open up the entire environment to a lot of opportunities, both local, national, and international. And if you're able to do that, I guess we'll be able to go back home fulfill that. At least been able to do something. Open them up to sports scholarships, IT scholarships, every opportunity that you think is socio-economic, we are thinking about it, and we have a plan as to how to go ahead and drive that opportunity down to our people. Even if it means just one person is going to benefit from what we are doing, that one person is enough for us. It's enough for us to pour in all our resources. Exactly. But the entire basketball scheme that happened in the 90s in ABU produced just one basketball player. But that basketball player has opened up to 100 other basketball players that have come. Then it was Hakeem Olajuwon. From Hakeem Olajuwon, now you have the likes of everybody. The president, one of them is now a president of Toronto Raptors. And he's coming back. Masai Ujiri is coming back. He's giving a lot in Zaria, just from something that started in ABU. We gave birth to Hakeem Olajuwon, who gave birth to a host of others. That's what we are saying. During the glorious 90s, there used to be what Sabo Babaro and the rest did with football. They gave birth to the likes of Celestine Babaro, Emmanuel Babaro, and the rest. So what is stopping all of that from happening? It's just to create the enabling environment, and you never know what can happen.
All right, so Honorable, how accountable would you say your administration is to its people?
Oh yeah, we're very, very accountable, we're very open. We run an open door policy. We're always consulting, like we are campaigning, because I see a responsible government is always supposed to be in campaign mode. So we're always in campaign mode. We're doing, we're running all the citizen engagement schemes that we want to run, just to make sure that we are actually doing what
on the right track.
And we have a polling system. very locally assembled polling and opinion system that we use just to run against our people, which we deploy technology to, of course, just to feel the pulse of our people. Are they actually appreciating what we're doing? If they are not, how do we think we can change and all of that? So, in terms of citizen engagement, I would like to score a very high note. I believe that's basically all we do in this office. It is a little time that we get that we now quickly arrange and plan and execute whatever complaint, whatever aspiration that our people bring to us.
All right, Honorable. Thank you very much for being part of the show. It's still IB Boss on High 89.5 FM. Now, before we let you go, Honorable, we would love you to give a message of goodwill out there to the whole youth in Kaduna State, not just Kaduna North now, because the whole youth in Nigeria and other countries right now are listening to you online on our Radio Guardian channel. So we would love you to give out a goodwill message. I mean, you are a young man. Those of you who will be checking him out on our Facebook page and Instagram, you'll see how young Honorable Muktar Baloni is. And it will really interest you to know that at this age, he's already getting all these dreams right legally. And of course, you can actually see that for yourself. So, Honorable, before you leave, we'd like you to give out a goodwill message.
Well, the goodwill message remains. Just keep looking alive. I know that it can be stifling, it can be quite hard. You might be tempted to want to give up. But obviously, it's only the strongest that survive. But saying that does not mean that it's the physically strongest that survive. It's all about mental strength. You have to keep it alive. I think that's what makes us unique as Nigerians. We have a very, very high level of mental strength. So I'm appealing to my brothers and sisters out there to just keep the hope alive. Whatever hope you have, whatever it is, however outlandish it may seem, just look at some inspirations, get yourself an inspiration, get yourself a role model, and just keep yourself motivated the best way you can. And hopefully we'll all meet on the other side happy and fulfilled.
Thank you very much, Honorable Muktar Baloni, for honoring our invitation today. I want to say a big thank you to the producer in the person of John Candidos. My name is still Abubakar Ibrahim, and your program is IB Boss on High 89.5 FM. So we'll come your way again next week. Stay safe and stay positive. Do enjoy the rest of your day.